It's a place where clouds conceal rare birds, where animals blend into the forest, where predators hide in the shadows, and traditional people are disappearing. I've been photographing in the Amazon for decades, and it's always an adventure to return to this enchanted forest. I'm in Cuzco, Peru, sucking oxygen at nearly 11,000 feet. Up here in the high Andes, the mountains drop dramatically eastward into the great expanse of the Amazon basin, one of the most biologically diverse places on Earth. From high in the Andes, we'll descend 9,000 feet through the cloud forests, then travel down the Madre de Dios River to southern Peru, where a string of national parks form the largest area of protected rainforest in the Amazon. My first stop is a visit to the cloud forest with local naturalist Kike, who's going to show me one of the country's most famous birds. Kike?
Yes?
What distinguishes the cloud forest from the lowland rainforest?
Oh, this area is elevation 8,000 feet.
Yeah.
And are located in the east slope of the Andes.
So it's just the slope and the elevation that really makes the difference.
The difference, yes.
These trees seem much smaller than what I remember in the lowland rainforest.
Because no many sunlight, because always covered by the clouds. I want to take you a nice place called the lek.
A lek? What is a lek?
Oh, it's the place where all the cock of the rocks dancing and looking for.
These are those brilliant
females.
red birds, right?
Yes, the brilliant red birds.
And they're dancing because of courtship?
Yes, a courtship.
Ah, all right. Oh boy, this water is moving fast. Let's get to the lake.
Okay, let's go. It's a short walk to the lake. It's around the corner.
Okay, great.
This is the lake, and you know the cock of the rock is the Peruvian national bird.
The national bird of Peru?
Yes, and also they call, people call cock of the rocks because the females nest on the rocks, on caves.
It seems like this forest is so intact. Mile after mile of this forest, I don't see any logging roads, any clear cuts. It's steep, virgin forest.
Yes, mostly all the cloud forest here is pristine. Good thing is very steep, so no good for farming. And also the wood is no hardwood, so it's no good for logging, so nobody touch it.
I just saw a bird. Okay, I gotta go. Oh my God. Just really slow. The bird's coming in. Oh. Okay. This is the payoff shot right now. This bird is so close. Oh. I need to locate. I'm trying to do this because the bird occasionally turns its head in profile. This is the prettiest of the males in a great open spot. Wow, that was fantastic, Kike. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
These birds were beautiful and the light was perfect, overcast and even. Now on to the deep Amazon. And if I'm lucky, we'll see the macaws, right?
Yes.
Bigger, redder,
And
noisier. I think one of the things about the Amazon that strikes fear in people is there's so much mystery in the forest. You know, there's so many animals that go unseen. Poisonous snakes and poisonous insects and big predators like the jaguar. So everything's a little bit of a mystery and a little bit intimidating. I'm traveling to the Manu Wildlife Center, where I'm meeting conservationist Daniel Blanco. He wants to save the rainforest by fostering dependencies between local Indians and threatened species, and by generating green revenue from taking people like me directly into an animal's habitat.
Art, I'm taking you to a special blind to see the red and green macaws and the scarlet macaw.
What's the biggest threat for these birds?
The black market and the destruction of the habitat.
Somebody told me $300 million industry in the black market trading birds that are captured out of the forest.
Yeah, this is true.
They don't really live in big flocks, do they?
No, they don't live in flocks. They live in pairs only, but they join in the lake or sometimes in trees with a lot of fruits.
What's really nice about this situation is we're far enough away from the birds that the plane of the film is really parallel with the plane of the cliff, which enables me to take a fast shutter speed. All the birds are in focus. I just love the texture of the cliff and the way the neutral color of the cliff really allows the bright colors of the macaws to stand out. What's your long-term goal for ecotourism?
We hope to protect all this area and to have macaws, other animals for a long time. We work with the local people and they earn money. They don't need to hunt or to capture birds to sell, or they don't need these macaws to eat. More value when the macaws are flying than eating macaws or selling macaws.
Ah,
Yes.
that makes total sense to me. People come down, they see wild animals in a pristine environment. The animals are happy, the local people are happy and earning a living.
It's working here, eh?
Daniel, what makes the Manu forest so unique, so special?
The biodiversity.
The biodiversity.
We have 13 species of monkeys. We have jaguars, different kind of cats like ocelot, puma. There are 550 species of birds.
So, Daniel, what is that bird I'm hearing? It's so beautiful sounding.
It's the screaming piha.
Screaming peacock.
Yeah.
Well, I've been called that before.
Art. The base of this tree is good habitat for fine frogs.
Frogs. This is one of my favorite subjects, Daniel. Oh, here's one right here. What kind of frog is that?
It's a tree frog.
Macro lens out, and we'll see what
Okay.
we can do. I'm just filling the flash here. This is nice now. I love the ability to take these pictures and verify what I'm getting. That's just a lovely shot. When I'm photographing these frogs, in many cases, unfortunately, I'm documenting an animal that may not be here in the next 10 years. We're losing amphibians worldwide at an alarming rate, largely because of the ozone depletion. The harmful rays of the sun filtered down through this forest canopy that's as thick as anywhere on Earth is still powerful enough to affect the very delicate mucous skins of these amphibians. What a wonderful little guy. I've got another frog here. This is a very different type. This is what we call a clown tree frog. Beautifully marked on a beautiful heliconia. I love finding these little guys within the context of their environment, and it's such a designy shot. I'm moving in close, I'm using polarizers on the lenses, flash, great depth of field, camera, all perfect, and a really engaging subject. You think it went in the tree or in a hole? They found a coral snake. There it is. My snake handlers are actually capturing the snake. What's so dangerous about these snakes is the head and the tail look almost identical. The markings on the tail and the head are so similar, and even though one's slightly bigger than the other, when they're moving around, it's very confusing. Herpetologists that are trying to collect these poisonous snakes and milking them to create antitoxins often get nailed. When you have a fast-moving snake in the rainforest, it's really confusing as to which end is up, and the snake knows that, so it wiggles both ends. The red colors and the yellow are warning colors. Usually very toxic animals like poison arrow frogs or these venomous snakes really give you advance warning not to play with them. This looks like a small boa. Oh, a little greeting. Now I can get this camera right in position without striking distance. I'm very brave with this one because it's really a small boa. If this one was as big as they get, I would be about 6 feet away. This range is, oh yeah, about 6 inches away. This snake wants nothing to do with me, but he's in a classic defensive mode. I'm going to quickly get some shots and then move on and let him be. I'm not really trying to shoot a pattern shot as much as a behavioral shot. I really love the way that the tail, the back third of the snake is wrapped around the branch, which gives it the support to be able to strike out. It shows the animal in its environment, but more importantly, what it needs to do to survive, which is really anchor itself on a branch so that it can react to whatever is coming within range. They're beautifully marked, and in the case of this snake, is very ornately marked to match the chaos of the forest it lives in. A tapir in the Amazon is a hard thing to photograph. These are very secretive animals.
It's going by this side.
Wow.
Going to this side.
Hey, guy, he's just sitting right there. Oh, that's beautiful. It's a magnificent animal.
The tapir is the largest animal in the Amazonian, and normally they are nocturnal. To avoid predators, they can run very fast into the bamboo paths, but bamboo has spines, and for this tapir, no problem, but for a jaguar, it's a problem. Guys, look.
He went
It's diving,
completely
yeah.
under the water.
This is another way to avoid the predators.
I'm gonna try to get a little closer with a wide angle. Okay. If I'm lucky and I don't fall on my behind going down this steep muddy slope, I think I might be able to get a nice shot. I'm gonna fall in this mud, I just know it. But it's really nice as it turns like this. This is close. Great. That's what a guide's for. Thank you, Daniel. You showed me one of the most difficult animals to photograph in the Amazon. This is fantastic. There's a three-toed sloth right in the top of this young Cecropia. Even though this is a wild animal, they've evolved to move very slow. fast movement by a sloth is equal to death. So the slower they move, the more they blend into the subdued green environment. Why does a sloth grow green algae on his fur?
For camouflage. There are a lot of spots in the forest, but it's very difficult to see. Sometimes you are looking at a crooked tree and you see a dead leaf, but it's not a dead leaf, it's a sloth.
Perfect camouflage.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
great. Why such long, strong toes?
To climb the tree and to be hanging all the time. They sleep hanging.
Hanging upside down.
Yeah, yeah.
He is in a great, great position right now. Daniel has taken me to this Oxbow Lake, which is a great magnet for all sorts of wildlife. Oxbow lakes really form as the rivers in the Amazon basically cut new channels. The old channels become isolated from the main river, they become lakes. These oxbow lakes are magnets for a great variety of wildlife, including one of the rarest animals in all of the Amazon basin, the giant river otter. Once numbering into hundreds of thousands, there's only 1,000 to 2,000 left, so they're extraordinarily rare. They're very curious animals, but extremely difficult to photograph. And right now, there's several working the shore, and they come up for just a brief seconds. I grab a shot, they get down, and you never know where they're going to be coming back up. You see them right up there. I'm trying to follow a troop of squirrel monkeys, and they're really funny little monkeys, and occasionally they come out onto the bamboo tips and watch us. They're very curious little primates. Trying to follow a troop of squirrel monkeys bounding through these trees is driving me nuts, quite honestly. They just bits of glimpses as they come in and out of this dense vegetation. I'm using a 400mm lens with image stabilization, which is absolutely perfect for the shots I'm getting right now, which is of some Watsons, which are really strange birds. They almost look like a bird that is prehistoric. Really interesting birds that generally hang out on the edges of water courses, and in this case, an Oxbow Lake. They're so funny looking. For my last stop in the Manu region, Daniel and the boatman are taking me into one of the last tribes of the Amazon that still cling to their traditional ways, the Machigenga. So this is it, this is the clearing.
Yeah, this is the traditional house of the Machigengas.
When I walk into a village, I really look all across the village and I pull out the vignettes. What are the traditional implements that they use, the baskets that they use, the food, the clothing, any adornment? All of those are subject to my camera. What I find fascinating about this shot is not only the nice backdrop, but also the textures, the patterns of the baskets that they make here in the forest, but also the beautiful patterns on their kushmas or their cotton robes. I'm photographing this man eating bits of peccary. You know, part of the ecotourism that works near Manu Wildlife Center is that the Machaganga people have agreed not to hunt the really prime animals like jaguar or tapirs and the really rare animals like the giant river otter. They are allowed to hunt the peccary, which is here in great numbers. So they're able to hunt their traditional ways without really harming the ecosystem. And in trade, some of the villagers are employed by the lodge to work there, so they're deriving a really good income and livelihood. Whenever I'm in a village like this, I'm really trying to get a full facet of the behaviors, the cultures, the details that really convey a sense of location for the tribes, but also how they live. It just gives it a nice texture. It tells a much more complete story to the photographs I'm using. This is such a great opportunity to be in the Amazon with a tribe that really is living on the margins. They got one foot slightly into the Western culture, but most of what they do is still hunt and gather foods from the forest in their traditional ways. It's a great privilege for me to witness something that's been happening for the millennia, but also, in a larger sense, to record something that may not happen far into the future. It's a nice shot right there. There's a sense of urgency and a sense of importance to the work that I'm doing. I doubt very much longer tribes in the Amazon will be using bow and arrow to hunt fish. And so getting a visual record of that is really important for me. The elusive creatures of the Amazon, the people who live on the river's edge, and the tourists who come to the remote parts of the rainforest are partnered in a vital but uneasy relationship. Together, can they save the rainforest? I'm Art Wolf. Join me next time on Travels to the Edge.
This program and 2 additional episodes from the series are available on DVD for $17.95. An award-winning book of Art Wolf's landscapes featured in this series and beyond, Edge of the Earth, Corner of the Sky, is available for $65 plus shipping. To order the book or DVD, call 1-800-440-2651. You can find out more information about this episode and other destinations in the series by visiting our website at travelstotheedge.com.